How big of a role do you think social media plays in how we view athletes?
Well, I think it plays a big role because I think people make judgments based on what they see. And it's very easy to see on Instagram or Twitter what athletes are up to or what, you know, they want to portray themselves as. So I think people make judgments on that, and I think that changes our view.
How big a role do you think social media plays in how we view athletes?
I think it plays a huge role actually, because I mean nowadays most athletes are like on Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, etc. I mean athletes can post or pictures or just tweet something that can immediately change like a person's thought, like the fans' thoughts on that athlete, whether like if it's like a weird kind of photo, you can immediately think, oh, they're into this and that. So, I mean, since everyone nowadays is on social media, I think it plays a huge role.
Players being on social media, Twitter, Facebook is great. I just think they have to use it in the right way.
I think social media is a great avenue for fans and athletes to interact. You feel like as a fan that you're sort of connecting with them in a different way.
It shows a different side to the athlete by showing that they're human beings and not just machines that go on the field.
And it also gives an athlete an opportunity to respond to something that's being said about them, to clear up anything. It allows them to do so unfiltered.
You see social media blunders all the time.
A recent social media blunder belongs to Ohio State's backup quarterback Cardell Jones. He made his feelings known about attending classes with this regrettable tweet. "Why should we have to go to class if we came here to play football? We ain't come to play school. Classes are pointless." The tweet and entire account were deleted, but not before multiple media outlets captured his poor choice of words.
Darnell Dockett, the Arizona Cardinal defensive player, when he asked out A.J. McCarron, the Alabama quarterback's girlfriend, Catherine Webb, on Twitter.
It didn't go so well when he actually tweeted instead of direct messaging her his phone number.
He said, and I quote, "Hey, Catherine Webb, hit me. Put his phone number down. When game is over, let's go to Wingstop, then King of Diamond." I hope he's not waiting by the phone still.
Here's another controversial tweet, which was in response to the whole Riley Cooper fiasco from Marcus Vick, younger brother of Eagles quarterback Michael Vick. "Hey, I'm putting a bounty on Riley's head. 1K to the first free safety or strong safety that light his ass up. Wake him up, please."
I think when an athlete or a celebrity is on social media, you have to consider the fact that you have more followers and that you are an influencer. When you put it out there, it's not that 150 people see it, it's 150,000.
Another regrettable tweet that comes after a fatal police helicopter crash into a pub on November 30th in Glasgow, Scotland. Champions Tour golfer Steve Elkington sent this tweet he probably wishes he had back. "Helicopter crashes into Scottish pub. Locals report that no beers were spilt." He later apologized, stating he didn't know the severity of the crash. The crash occurred during the national feast day of St. Andrews, which injured 32 and killed 8.
I thought Darrelle Revis made a blunder because I understand that Jet fans or football fans have been giving him a hard time on Twitter. But when somebody asks him, "Hey, would you rather be with the Jets 5-4 making $14 million or be with a team that stinks making $16 million?" and he says, "I'm good with the $16 million," that's a blunder. You look like a schmuck.
When hockey star Tyler Seguin was traded to the Dallas Stars, his Twitter account quoted the 1987 movie Full Metal Jacket. "Only steers and in Texas, and I'm not a cow." The tweet was deleted and Tyler shut down his account allegedly because of repeated attempts by hackers to damage his reputation.
A tweet these days is the same as a quote.
And you have to remember, everybody sees it, it's out there forever. Don't tweet it if you don't want your mom to read it.
We should all consider what we're doing before we send out those 140 character messages on Twitter, because you can get in trouble in a big hurry.
Here are the top 5 issues getting student athletes in trouble on social media. The first one is general inappropriate content, whether that's language or lying. Sometimes students post or tell their coach that they're going to be out of town because of a family member passing away, and then they'll tweet they're at a concert or something. Number 2 is talking trash, whether that's talking about a student, another teammate, or talking about an opponent that you're playing that night. Number 3 is alcohol and drugs. That may be a teammate or student getting caught drinking beer or drinking something, and then There was also a case in 2008 where Phelps got caught smoking marijuana. So he got in a lot of trouble for that. Number 4, coaching complaints. You may have something bad to say about your coach, but don't tweet it. That's not encouraged. Number 5 is inappropriate pictures, nudity, and partial nudity.
In a survey of 222 high school and college coaches, 43% of coaches nationwide reported that they have disciplined student athletes under their direction for what they observed on various social media platforms.
For Mashable, I'm Jonah Javad. On the field or on the court, when an athlete messes up, it means a penalty or a foul. But when the mistake is online or over the phone, athletes can expect the wrath of the internet. So let's revisit the best or worst foul tweets. First, WNBA player Cappie Pondexter, trying to offer a holy explanation for the Japanese tsunami. She tweeted, "What if God was tired of the way they treated their own people in their own country? I don't know, guys. He makes no mistakes." And you just never know. They did Pearl Harbor, so you can't expect anything less. She later apologized for both, saying she didn't mean to hurt anyone. To the NFL, wide receiver Chad Ochocinco waves goodbye to a cool $25,000 after breaking NFL rules and tweeting during a preseason game. But that didn't stop him from tweeting about the fine. "Dear NFL, I apologize for tweeting during the game, but that was 2 months of my Bugatti payments you just took from me. I won't do it again." Still in the NFL, Rashard Mendenhall's 140-character tweet implying 9/11 was a conspiracy cost him a sponsorship and maybe a few fans. At DKeller23, "We'll never know what really happened. I just have a hard time believing a plane could take a skyscraper down demolition style." On to phone follies. First-round pick Greg Oden is caught pants down and phone out. His meant-to-be private photo of himself in the mirror surfaced online a year and a half after it was taken, and of course went viral. Oden said he learned a little about social media that week.
Somebody gave me a graph of my Google since it happened from like 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. and the thing said the rate said volcanic.
In 2009, when Twitter was first making its way into the sports arena, this tweet from Detroit Pistons forward Charlie Villanueva put him on the bench. "In the locker room, snuck to post my twit. We're playing the Celtics, tie ball game at the half. Coach wants more toughness, I gotta step up." Next, Texas cornerback Kareem Jackson took a little vacay to the Dominican Republic and brought back some pictures, but they weren't from the beach. They were from a cockfight. Look at all these people that be at these chicken fights. You would think it's a college football game. Lest we forget the comeback king, former Jets quarterback Brett Favre. Favre and phones don't mix, especially after he was accused of sexually harassing Jets reporter Jen Sturger, allegedly sending her pics of his manhood and leaving strange voicemails.
"So, in some garbage can, huh? So that's what you think I think of you. All right, well, I'm still trying."
UCLA b-ball player Joshua Smith continues the foul tweets. After losing against Loyola Marymount, the center tweeted, "Just lost to some straight bums, lol." Smith is not one to hold anything back. He has since apologized, recognizing he was outplayed. He told his followers to stop making assumptions. Next, Orlando Magic's Gilbert Arenas was playing a different game the night he tweeted comments about his blind date. Apparently the date wasn't going so well. "Got hooked up on a blind date, and I guess she was blonde when she picked out this outfit. This dragon can eat." And "I thought she had a bunch of stretch marks, but it was just her shirt, looking like Simba." And last, Kansas City Chiefs former, emphasis on former, running back Larry Johnson was suspended, fined, and then let go after a series of mistweets, one of which contained a homophobic slur. "Make me regret it, LMAO. You don't stop my check, LMAO. So tweet away." So let this be a reminder. Tweet it, text it, or say it right the first time, or your lack of better judgment might make the next video mashup. For Mashable, I'm Jonah Javad.
This is Marlon Williams of Texas Tech tweeting about his coach being late. "Wondering why I'm still in this meeting room when the head coach can't even be on time to his own meeting." This is Chad Ochocinco's preseason complaint. "Man, I'm sick of getting hit like that. It's the dang preseason. One day I'm gonna jump up and start throwing haymakers. Hashtag Tylenol, please."
Different coaches have different policies for social media. One assistant high school coach has this rule. He says, "Do not post anything that embarrasses the program and do not talk negatively about our school, a teammate, or an opponent." This is a good rule for any athlete or team. Anything an athlete tweets or posts could hurt them and their reputation in the long run.
In conclusion to our presentation, here are 4 things to keep in mind when you are on social media. The first one is it's a tool, not a toy. This is how people see you. Some people just look at people's social media, and that's all they see of that person is what they tweet or what they retweet or something. The second one is nothing is truly private. You may tweet something and think no one saw it, but it actually goes in like this cloud, if you will, and people can actually see that. The fourth one is if you retweet or share it, you own it. Once you retweet it or share it on Facebook, people see that. It's on your profile, so it's there permanently. And the fourth one is personal branding. Every tweet reflects who you are. Good or bad, it reflects kind of what your character is and what you, once you retweet it or share it, it kind of shows that you're interested in that. So be careful with what you retweet.